Don't get hung up on the Gospels just because you're expecting like modern journalism or something like that. If you're looking for timestamps, street names, GPS coordinates, you're not going to find it. A lot of people, when they don't see that, they jump to the idea that the writers must not have cared about history. But here's the part they're missing. In the ancient world, biographies didn't chase like trivia. They aimed straight at meaning. They weren't trying to catalog every single thing a person did. They were trying to reveal what kind of person stood behind those actions and why those moments mattered. So when you understand that, the structure of the Gospels suddenly makes perfect sense. They weren't random miracle stories, stitched together. They're deliberate selections. Each moment is chosen because it tells you something true about Jesus, who he claimed to be, why he came, and what his life meant for the people who saw him with their own eyes. So let's think about that for a second. If you're writing about a world-changing figure in a culture that relies heavily on oral memory, you don't waste time describing the weather or the color of a robe, or what you do is you highlight the events that reveal character, authority, identity, and their mission. That's not sloppy history. That's how ancient historical writing worked. And there's something else that really makes the gospel stand out even more. When ancient biographers focused on meaning, they still anchored their stories to recognizable places, real individuals, political leaders, and public events. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John all do the same. They follow the conventions of historical writing in their own day, but with an unusual level of specificity and kind of public detail that's hard to explain if you're just making things up. You don't get that kind of thing. So when someone today demands that the Gospels read like a modern police report, they're judging first century genre by 21st century expectations and standards. And that's just not an honest evaluation. That's category confusion. The writers weren't trying to answer the question, what did Jesus have for breakfast? They were answering the question, who is this man and why did he change everything? And once you see that shift in purpose, the whole thing comes into focus. Ancient biographies cared about truth, not trivia. They cut straight to the meaning, and the Gospels follow that same pattern with laser point accuracy. Like and follow for more.